welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. Today is a September series, day 18, I believe, where I upload a video every single day. I went out for breakfast, as you probably just saw, and now I don't know what to read. I feel like I want a little bit of fantasy, but something low stakes, something maybe with a little romance in it. And so I feel like I might want to read this because this seems just like a fun, happy, carefree time. Let me see if there are any other options that fit the bill. I don't see anything immediately. I also am going to have to be cleaning today because I just have books all over the floor from different videos I've been doing. I have them all over my desk, from the halls, just everywhere. I'm drowning in books, which sounds actually very cool. So I'm gonna try to read like a quarter of this and I'll get back to you on my thoughts. All right, I'm about a quarter way through. I'm on page 76, and let me tell you some thoughts I have. First, this is about a woman named Mika, and she is a witch. She has a YouTube channel where she like pretends to be a witch, and she's phony enough that no one buys it. But someone at this school sees her videos and they can see through it. So they invite her to become a teacher for these 3 young witches at the school, the Nowhere School? I don't know what it's called. And we get into that very quickly, like within the first chapter, she's already going for her interview, I think. So she's already there. There's a whole cast of characters, which just, you already know it's gonna be like warm and cozy because it's just sweet and you know they're gonna be a family. And then there's this kind of grumpy librarian guy who you know, it's gonna be a love interest. So in that way, it's kind of like House on the Cerulean Sea meets actor age Eve Brown, because there is this grumpy sunshine sort of situation happening. But I don't think it's gonna get like smutty just because this is British.
I beg your pardon?
I don't know why that makes me think it's gonna be a little bit more prim and proper, but I will let you know. Either way, I am really enjoying this so far. It's very fun, it's very light, it's very cheery. The only concern I have at this point is that I sometimes don't like it when there are kids in a book. I liked House on the Cerulean Sea because those kids were very distinct and very weird and unusual. And in a way, these children are too. They're witches, so they just like start floating randomly. But I don't know if their personalities are going to become more than just the children. Because right now I can't tell if they're gonna get annoying or not. The whole conflict of the book is that when witches are together, or at least this is what Mika's been told her whole life. When witches are together, they attract too much attention. There's like too much power, and then something bad could happen. We don't know what that might be. Maybe it's a lie that she's been told her whole life, who knows? Because Mika has grown up in isolation pretty much her whole life. All witches end up being orphans one way or another. It's a fact that everyone knows, or it just happens to be a coincidence that every single witch, their mother ends up dying. So that's kind of interesting. And then more so with the conflict is that there is like a house manager. I forget exactly what his title is. And I think if he sees that the kids are out of control, he's gonna do something about it. But then again, it's not his house. So I don't really know what the real threat there is. So far, I'm just having fun. I did find the audiobook on my library app, which surprises me. They had 2 copies available and this is new. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I am happy. I think I'll come back at the halfway mark and let you know how I'm feeling. All right, guys, I'm halfway through. I am sitting on chapter 15. I'm listening to audiobook while I do a bunch of chores. And honestly, I feel like audiobook is the way to go for this. Just in my humble opinion. Mostly because this isn't the kind of book that you're really dying to finish. It's more just like comforting. It's very wholesome and homey, and there's not that much going on. So I definitely recommend if you've been reading like heavy stuff, or you just want a nice reset, or if you're doing chores around the house, this is like the perfect book for today. I would show you like the chores I'm doing, but I don't think that's very interesting for you, especially because my house isn't like nice looking. I like watching people do chores and they're reading vlogs if they have a beautiful home. But like my floors, they look like an actual classroom. I don't know what's going on with that. It's an old house. I did do some rearranging of my bookshelf. Okay, so we'll do a mini library tour. There's a whole layer in the back of older books that I've read. And then all in the front are books I haven't read yet, which is very frightening to see how many of them are, but they rotate in and out because I buy so many books. If you guys are curious about the genres, I have like short stories, nonfiction, anthologies, journals, that sort of thing over here. Then I have sci-fi-ish, YA, and then this foot didn't fit anywhere. This stack right here is mostly historical fiction, and then we have like romance or general fiction leaning toward romance. Over here we have horror-ish. Down here we have thrillers. Some of them are maybe horror-ish as well. And then all right here is general fiction, lit fic, sad girl fiction. Some of these might be overlapping with different genres. That's the annoying part about organizing by genre, is that there are so many that have different things. And then the bottom two rows are, I guess, all fantasy. Again, with varying degrees of other genres. Up here, I always keep the stack of the books that I've read this month, and then up here is a stack of books that are for a future video, maybe next month. And then, because it's so annoying when I'm referencing books I've read this year to take all of these out so I can get to the layer in the back, I have decided to put all the books I've read this year right over here. They're not in any particular order. These all just fit up here, and then they're just in a random order. This book I got when I went to London. I just think it looks cool, and it's short, so it just like fits perfectly. And then back here, I either have books that I really liked or books that I DNF'd and don't care about. Like, this is my favorite book of the year so far, Our Wives Under the Sea. But this I DNF'd because I hated it so much. Sorry, I'm being a bad camera person. So yeah, for anyone who cares, I feel like, I don't know. I swear though, I'm gonna start needing some more bookshelves because having to like filter everything in and out is yeah. There's no IKEA in Hawaii though, and so we don't know where we're gonna be moving. I think in 3 years, my husband's contract is up. So we don't know where we're gonna end up or what job he'll have next, so I'd love to stay in Hawaii because I love it here. It's beautiful. Obviously, I don't think anyone's surprised. But if we go somewhere in the States, that would be fine too, especially because I could get like IKEA bookshelves. All right, I'm going to listen to the rest of this and carry on with my chores. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on page 209. The second I sat down and stopped, doing other shit and just started reading this again, I'm actually so bored. I feel like this is the kind of book you need to be doing other stuff to really dwell in the comfort of. I don't know. I only have 100 pages left though, so I feel like I should finish it, but maybe I should wait until I'm like in a better mood. I don't know. Then again, it's like 6 p.m. I don't know what else to start that I could, finish or get a good chunk into. It is so satisfying to get a book done in a day, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna push through, and I'll have to, actually do something while I'm just listening to the audiobook. Alright guys, I finished The Very Secret Society of Irregular Riches. I'm trying to gather my thoughts, and it feels like this is sort of two different stories. We had this found family looking after the children story where they become a family, and then we have this weird forced romance, a grumpy sunshine romance. And it really didn't, there were a couple times where it mixed well, especially at the beginning where everything's being set up. But it was so weird because in the beginning, it was very heavily featuring the kids, and then at the end it's very heavily featuring the kids. In the middle, the kids like hardly exist, which is what I was kind of scared of. It almost seems like the kids are more of a setting than they are characters. But that was the best part, was the story of this found family. I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was really fun to listen to. The middle part, even though it's so weird, I feel like the thing I was most excited for was this I was excited for the found family, but this romance, I don't know why. Probably because he was a librarian and, I'm a nerd. But even though I didn't mind the characters and I appreciate them individually, sort of, to a point, I feel like their backstories are very intriguing, especially our main character. But I honestly didn't other than the initial chemistry of them just being like two grown, sexy adults in the same room together, it didn't really feel like there was much chemistry between them. I don't know. There was a sex scene and it wasn't a fade to black, and that was surprising. But ultimately, I don't really buy their relationship. I don't know why. So if you end up reading this, please let me know your thoughts below. I don't know what to rate it because, I mean, I could just give it a 3 because it is kind of meh. And although it is really fun to listen to just in the background, there was a certain point where I was getting frustrated by how it didn't transition well, like the two stories together. And I don't know, there's something that just didn't click with me. That's always the risk of doing like one vlog for one book, is that if you don't like it, it's kind of a bummer, the whole vlog. I can't finish another book today. And if it sucks, I'll just be so mad. As a side note, a few videos ago in this video, I said that I was gonna be reading 2 of these short stories every day for the week. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, I have no idea when I'm gonna pick this back up. Maybe tonight, but I think I'm gonna close it off here. I wanna watch this new movie that came out on Netflix. Okay, so 4 stats for the September series. I'm always scared that someone brand new is watching and they're like, what is she doing right now? If that's you, so I'm doing the September series where I feel so weird explaining this because no one has made it this point that's not like committed. During the September series, I'm uploading a video every single day and I'm tracking how many pages I've read each day, but also overall for the month, and also how many books I'm reading or completing this month. So today I read 316 pages of this book, and that brings my total for the September series up to, I just realized my laundry is like so loud. My total for the September series is 4,200, so we made the 4,000 mark, and I finished 13 books. Ooh! My goal is 14 books, so there is no doubt in my mind, unless I drop dead tonight. Oh, why did I say that? I'm definitely gonna get there. Oh my gosh, now I'm scared I'm gonna die. A sneak peek at tomorrow, I do want to read a fiction book next because that's one of the genres the only genre I think that I haven't done on this list. And then if I finish one of those books, I do have some manga to read. So we'll see. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. I will see you tomorrow.